Hi, everybody. It's Lisa Colon-Delay, and today I'm bringing you something from the early centuries of Christianity. This might sound like the Bible, but it's not. Let me read you a quote. If anyone strikes you on your right cheek, turn the other cheek to him also, and you will be perfect. If anyone compels you to go 1 mile, go with him for 2 miles. If anyone takes your coat, give him your shirt also. If anyone takes away what is yours, do not demand its return, for you cannot. If that sounds a little bit like Matthew and some of the Sermon on the Mount, it's probably because that was some of the influence of the oral tradition. What I read to you was part of chapter 1 of the Didache. The Didache is an interesting document that did not make it into the Bible, and it was not part of the Bible as it came to be around the 600s when finally the New Testament was completely put together. Until then, books were circulated, copied and circulated, but not collected into the Bible as we know it today. And so this Didache was written over time by a bunch of authors and then redacted quite a bit in the 2nd century. So it was put together between 70 and 120 AD, perhaps. And it was discovered in the 1800s as the most complete document, which is Greek in its translation. And so we have some interesting things that come out with this, also called the Teachings of the 12 Apostles. And it was given an instruction for people coming into the faith and for church people and church leaders, and telling them some guidelines of what to do. So you see things mixed in from Judaism and Christianity, and this is at this period of time it's beginning to separate into becoming more distinctly Christian and non-Jewish. And there were also some cultural factors at play for this too. So we get some interesting things from the Didache, which is available if you search for it. It's readable in probably 15 or 20 minutes, fairly short, but in it you'll see a lot of things that seem very familiar to us that are evident in some of the epistles of Paul, some of which might have been written around this time as well and attributed to Paul, given his name, and made to look as though he wrote them, even though they came later. They were part of getting the church on the same page and really kind of formulating Christianity in the very earliest years. We have references to the Didache by Athanasius and other early church fathers that talk about it being this common document that was used to help the church. So I will be linking in the show notes so you could read the Didache for yourself and find it. You will also find that it mentions baptism by running water or pouring the water 3 times over the head, and baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So it goes that far back to this early 1st century. And you will find other things that talk about itinerant prophets or pastors that would come around and how they should earn their keep and only stay for a few days, and that a false prophet or a false teacher will demand money. So it talks about some of those things too, so that people can be kept wise and they can not be taken advantage of by people who are charlatans. I think it's a very interesting part of early Christianity that many of us don't know anything about.